Welcome to Creepsville Chronicles. The kindness of the devil. Before continue, don't forget to subscribe to Creepsville Chronicles. For a long time, it has been said that the devil has been the cause of many of the misfortunes in this world, but the protagonist of this story tells us otherwise. One day, as the day approached to celebrate the town's patron saint festival, the church's father called upon the best painter in the region to restore the images of saints and virgins in the chapel, the painter named Francisco. Before he began painting, the father emphasized that he should take great care in fixing the image of Archangel Saint Michael. "I want everything to be very well done. Fix the saints and virgins to look like new. But don't worry about the devil, he doesn't matter," said the father as he showed Francisco the location of the paintings he was to restore. Francisco didn't pay much attention to the father's comments and began to work, taking out paints and brushes from a suitcase, and started with the angels and cherubs, then with the virgins, and late into the night with the other saints. Already tired, Francisco decided to leave the restoration of Archangel Saint Michael for the next day so he could do a better job in the sunlight, and he went to sleep. Francisco was already half asleep when suddenly he heard someone walking stealthily through the church corridors. Francisco opened his eyes, and a chill ran down his spine. Fear briefly invaded him, but it lasted very little, because he heard someone emptying the urns where the parishioners deposited their alms. The painter found it strange that such activities were happening at those early morning hours. Francisco got up very carefully not to be discovered and clearly saw a woman emptying the urns and then putting the money into a canvas bag, then disappearing into the darkness of the night. Francisco couldn't believe that someone would do such a thing, but after thinking about it, he realized it was none of his business nor his problem, and he went back to sleep. The next day, Francisco got up very early to continue his work. With great care, he painted over the flaws in the painting of Archangel Saint Michael, when he heard the church doors open. It was the father arriving at the church accompanied by the woman who the night before had seen stealing the alms. He saw the father approach one of the urns where the alms were kept, when he heard the father shout, "The devil stole from us again." While the father talked with the woman, Francisco arrived and told him, "It wasn't the devil, father, it was this woman next to you. Last night, I stayed here to sleep, and I saw her sneaking into the church and emptying the urns." The father couldn't believe what the painter was saying and angrily rebuked Francisco. "How can you say that? She is a respectable woman, fearful of God. It cannot be that you say such things about her. The devil is making you see visions." "No, father, it was her, I saw her. She is a thief," Francisco replied, but it was in vain. The father didn't want to hear more and left the church apologizing to the woman. Francisco was astonished at the father's incredulity since he had been a witness, but it was all in vain. So, he decided it was better to get back to work to leave as soon as possible. He was about to pack his things when he saw the worn-out image of the devil at the feet of Archangel Saint Michael. He felt sorry for all the insults and mistreatment that poor devil received undeservedly. He took out his best brush and set out to restore the figure of that poor devil. When Francisco finished, he went to the father to receive payment for the restorations. Once the debt was paid, he left the church. As he left the church, he ran into that woman who, without reason, began screaming for help. Several men quickly rushed at Francisco. The woman started telling them that he had stolen from her, and Francisco was swiftly arrested, where the judge would impose the harshest sentence for theft. "I'm innocent," Francisco shouted desperately, swearing that the money was the fruit of his labor, but his pleas were in vain. As Francisco was being transported to be hanged, a man dressed in black stopped the crowd carrying him and told them in great detail how that woman had stolen the alms. As if under a spell, Francisco saw how those men listened attentively to the man's story. Then they set him free, blessed with the apparition. Francisco wanted to thank him, but before he said anything, the man pulled him away from the crowd to take him elsewhere and then said, "Be quiet. If they hear you and discover me, they will hang you now, and me with you." Then that man took out of his pocket the fine brush that Francisco had left behind the day he was arrested, handed it to him, and continued his way disappearing into the crowd. At that moment, Francisco realized that it was none other than the devil himself from the chapel of Saint Michael who had come to his aid to return the favor and kindness that Francisco had shown him. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to Creepsville Chronicles for more thrilling content. And remember to like, comment, and share this video to help us grow and keep creating more content for you. Until next time.